So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the UK moving the goalposts according to the Irish Taoiseach. So the Taoiseach Micheál Martin said there was no substitute, or there is no substitute for negotiations between the EU and the UK to resolve the issues with the protocol, which is true that negotiations is the best way forward. So there's no substitute for a substantive series of negotiations between the EU and the UK government in respect to resolving the issues around the protocol. The only thing I would add is that they have to be in good faith from both sides, and one side is not acting in good faith. We accept legitimate issues have been raised, but it's our view that it can be resolved. We had a very interesting meeting with the Brexit Business Working Group, and it was good to hear the many beneficial impacts of the protocol in many sectors of the Northern Irish economy. The majority of businesses in Northern Ireland are able to deal with the protocol now, which is great news. I'm hoping they've moved their supply chains out of GB as much as they can. The only one I don't wish that on is M&S, because apparently they still haven't got the brains to figure it out. The Taoiseach said the UK government was moving the goalposts in respect to its positions on the protocol. He said, on the UK government side, we haven't quite got a clear landing zone. The goalposts do keep moving in that respect, which is true. The EU is clear where the EU stand now with their October proposals. But it was only recently the UK actually read them. That came to light last October. Šefčovič had made very significant advances as a base for further discussions, the EU changing its own rules around third countries, etc. What was produced this week by the UK government again indicates a widening of the picture in respect to resolving the issues around the protocol. Having listened to many concerns being articulated in the North, has been trying to resolve those issues. And let's not forget that the EU, Maroš Šefčovič and the gang went directly to the people in Northern Ireland to speak to them about the issues the protocol is creating, to see what they can do. The UK government hasn't done something like that. This was a deal that the UK government signed up to, ratified in their parliament, and are now unhappy with aspects of it. And of course, Ireland had to deal with hundreds of years of England doing stupid stuff like this. So it's no surprise they're just sick of it. Well, let's try to resolve those aspects in a meaningful way, and that means getting into the tunnel and negotiate in a serious way. The tunnel? It's a bit of a weird phrase, but I think what they're saying is they need intensive talks again to really grind down the issues, to see what they can do, because there are still talks of green lanes and red lanes, etc. So we'll see what happens with that. Mr. Martin also said the Northern Ireland Assembly and the Executive should be formed while negotiations continue between the UK and the EU over the protocol. I think the DUP won't do this because they see this as leverage over the British government. That's why they won't allow Stormont to open, and they know this really, really annoys the Sinn Féin. That's the reason why they won't open it, because chances are if anything major happens, it'll go back to direct rule, which obviously Sinn Féin won't be happy about. The DUP were clear that they have no difficulty in taking up the Deputy First Minister position, but they have issues with the protocol. Our view is that there should be parallel discussion, so essentially saying, look, go back into Stormont and let the big boys handle the protocol, essentially, and you deal with day-to-day issues in Northern Ireland. The DP spoke to Micheál Martin. I'm sure that was a fun old meeting. The DP don't want a sticking plaster. Essentially, they want something big to happen. Donaldson saying we are not interested in a sticking plaster approach, so they're not interested in tweaks or tinkering, as he says, around the edges. It has to be fundamental change which respects Northern Ireland's place within the UK's internal market, and nothing short of that will suffice. The only way to really do that is if you create really aggressive green lanes, or you scrap the checks in the Irish Sea. I don't know how else you do something like that. But the problem Donaldson could face is if he faces a lot of pressure from external forces, he might have to cave it. He set a very high bar, which I think was not a smart thing for him to do. Meanwhile, the Ministers for Foreign Affairs have said he made clear to the British Secretary, Liz Truss, that the government opposes. So this will be the Irish Foreign Minister or Minister of Foreign Affairs telling Liz Truss that they're not happy that the UK are hinting at breaking international law. That was a confusing way to word it. I don't think there's anything more I want to talk about in this article. It doesn't look like it. It's just more kind of rehashing of the older stuff and more kind of other things. So yeah, the Taoiseach obviously not happy. Micheál Martin saying the UK is constantly moving the goalposts. The EU have set out what they want in the October proposals. So we can see, the UK have not engaged in that at all, talked about what specifically is right and wrong with the October proposals. All we've heard is, we're going to scrap the protocol, and now we've heard fix it, don't nix it. So we don't actually know what the UK wants, because in truth, I don't think the Tories know what they want with the protocol. What they are afraid of is saber rattling with our biggest trading partners, which are the US and obviously the EU, which obviously is not a very smart move. And I don't know if other countries like Japan would get lumped into that as well, if any potential trade war happened. But look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.